In today's video, we're exploring a non-existent Grand Prix. Now, I know what you're thinking, Arav, what on earth does that even mean? Well, I mean a Grand Prix that has never actually happened and yet exists on an F1 game. Well, we're going to be taking a closer look at the Vietnam Grand Prix on F1 2020. The only realm of existence that this Grand Prix has is on this F1 game. And it's a bit of a shame, really, because in many ways, it looks like a very interesting track. I will admit there are some sections that look and feel absolutely gopping in a Formula 1 car, but let's take you through a slow tour of this. I want to say it's almost like a fake circuit at this point, because is it ever going to happen? Right, so the 5 red lights are here. We're on the main straight, and now we're going to turn 1. It's a reasonable run. Feels a little bit short, to be fair. By the time you start braking, you have to start braking quite early, because this first turn is very deceiving, very tight, comes back on itself, basically. There's a lot of runoff area. I just know that if there was a real Grand Prix here, this would be the scene of a Verstappen masterclass of taking someone wide, just opening up the steering wheel before turning in and hitting this curb. Here on the left, that is the pit exit. So the pit exit comes probably a lot quicker into this long right-hander of turn 2. I don't know if they're denoting it as turn 2 and 3. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, that's the exit line. So you come in at a rate of knots, probably a lot quicker than people are coming through from turn 1. Then it tightens up again because it comes back on itself. I mean, look at the mini-map. The 2 points of the corners that we've gone through and are coming up to nearly meet in the middle there as we come back on itself. And then it's a quick left. Now, this, I remember, was always quite satisfying versus AI. Slingshotting onto this section. It's a straight, but not a straight. It seems to be a common theme with newer circuits where they try and make it interesting by having a straight, but some of the walls maybe come in and out, so it adds a little bit of dimension to what you're seeing. Then we come to another sharp right-hander. This track seems to love this combination of a ridiculously tight apex and a lot of runoff area on the outside of it where there may be a pile-up or some sort of incident or lock-up here. We then come through to a quick left. This, I remember now, this corner. Oh my days. On full fuel when we were all starting, well, we were literally starting my team career mode in F1 2020 when the game came out. This was a nightmare in a slower car because you're just feathering throttle, waiting. Now get on power and straighten the car up. And then it's a sling onto a very, very long... Well, it's not straight, it curves, but it is the back section, if you will, with DRS open here, barreling down, and then this is a great place to make an overtake. Hard braking into a sharp hairpin. That does open up, though, so it's tight, but then opens up in the exit, so it actually gives you some room to make some moves. Definitely a lot of moves being made here on the exit. And then we come to the faster section of this circuit. So this track pretty much has... like 3 different characteristics. Kind of tight and technical, sector 1 there. Then you've just got straights. I mean, I know that's not a type of circuit, but this circuit, I feel like most new circuits are really trying to boast they have long straights, like Vegas, you know, boasting it has a long straight, just because, you know, it's guaranteed you're going to get some overtakes because of a long straight with DRS, with slipstream. And this would be the far section, you know, this would be the, almost like a Jeddah, you know, Jeddah flowing section. Walls are close, but you're so committed because we go through this section. You can see subtle curves and you can see the Jeddah vibes hopefully coming through here as we go left, quick right, chuck it in, blind corner, left again, hit the curb, get on power, then left off, right again blind, and then all of a sudden slows right up for a very awkward left-hander where you feel like it almost should open up here on the right, but no, there's a concrete wall there stopping you. You have to be very careful about that, and through the left here, concrete wall on the apex, concrete wall on the outside, very difficult, bit like a street circuit, that last part, and we come across the line. That is Vietnam. That is the Hanoi circuit. I hope you'll agree. It is a very peculiar circuit. So many different characteristics going on at the same time in different sectors. Some oddities with the pit lane exit. All the corner sets are all different to each other. And it makes for a Grand Prix circuit, which I'm going to liken to the viewing experience of watching stuff on TikTok. There's a lot happening, and individually, as you get to each corner, you're like, oh, whoa, okay, it's that, and there's a lot of action probably and interest of how to take this corner properly. But as a whole, when you come away from this circuit, you don't really remember a lot about it, you know? And that's what happens when you're watching short-form content. You're just scrolling, but you can't tell me what you've actually watched or remember any of it in some semblance as a series. And that's this circuit, I feel. Like, I just wouldn't be able to pick off this circuit from memory if you asked me to. But in the moment, in these one corners, I'm remembering experiences from the F1 2020 game. And each of the corners has a very unique style to it, and in, you know, little small cases like this section would be mega fun on its own, but the fact it then goes into that really tight double left-hander to end and it feels like a street circuit is just crazy. And the fact we just came from a very, very long straight and from a sector 1 with tight off-camber corners, it's just, there's no cohesive idea around the circuit, but I guess that's maybe what they were going for. Right, though, that's enough taking this circuit at a slower pace and dissecting it. Let's now actually see how it races against some AI. Right, taking on this race in the gorgeous yellow Renault of 2020, driving as Ricardo. Let's see if we can embody some of those big dive bombs that he was always good at back in the day, maybe not so much recently in this Renault at the bow. Oh my god. Yeah, thanks for that. It is actually quite a narrow straight, you know, now thinking about it. You know, it's deceiving. There's a little bit of room there, either side, left or right, but the walls are actually quite close. And obviously, when you're trying to find room into a turn 1 that tightens up, even being 3 wide is not going to end well by the time you get to turn 1, although that AlphaTauri absolutely sends it. Look at that. I mean, that's just, we had to cut the curb to make it because Lando is giving us no room there on the inside in this corner. Oi, oi, oi. Can we go around the outside? Oh, very nice, very nice. Side by side on the exit. Look how quickly that wall comes through. You are toast if you're on the right-hand side. And, oh, my Lord, look at this. 3 wide ahead. I miss F1 2020 AI. I miss when they actually race each other properly. Look at this. Third time's the charm, I think this saying is, as we go to 5 red lights once again. So far, we've not made it past Sector 1. I do actually remember the track being this devastatingly difficult or just chaotic with the AI. I mean, they are really going for it. This time it's our turn to make this dive on the inside, but I still can't even make turn 1. We have to cut the curb again just to make it. Can we go around the outside, though, of the Haas? Keep our foot in. Oh, the corner closes up, then it opens up, then closes again. It's honestly a sideways, how do you say it, like a horizontal roller coaster, left to right, and look at this, they're going for it, absolutely going for it. I don't remember the AI being this erratic on F1 2020, like going for moves and stuff. They seem to be extra punchy today around Hanoi. Maybe it's a non-existent track, so the AI don't have any sort of coded fearing into them at all or whatever. I don't know. They're really going for it as we have a beautiful toe, though, on the Haas. And that's what happens when you have such a long straight, or curve, rather. You can get in the toe and get a lot of speed going and then close up at the hairpin. Couldn't quite make a dive bomb there, but I'm determined to make one maybe by the end of the race. Now we come to the high-speed section. Gonna have to really concentrate on this one. The walls are close. The corners are blind. Just trust the car. Trust the circuit. Trust myself a little bit there as we go a bit wide. We pull it back. No. Getting very close to the white lines there. It is difficult, man. You really have to pick your moments to let off throttle and then get back on it. As Bottas, I think, is absolutely cooking everyone in the lead. Can we go for a dive here on the racing point? We've gone for it. We've sent it. We've got the elbow out. And you know what? That's exactly what would happen in real life, I feel. You'd just be getting the elbow out and squeezing people out with this much runoff area. But then here at corners like this, you can't do that because the wall comes in. As I said in the tour, it's a very, you know, half-half sort of racetrack. There are some corners where it just lends itself to the kind of more modern racing etiquette of running people off the road. Get a good slingshot closing up on Carlos Sainz. in the McLaren. Quite far back, though. I can probably use a bit more ERS here. Overusing a lot of battery here now. Not really gaining on the McLaren, you know. Maybe this is where the Renault is going to limit me in terms of pace. Let's get on the brakes nice and late. Very close to the wall, to be fair. My teammate is up the road, so he should be holding Leclerc and Sainz up, although it's not a real achievement to be holding up the 2020 Ferrari. Let's be real. Oh, I love that Renault downshift, though. Even though we go wide, I'm never going to perfect this section. I think we got that corner right. Oh, Lord. Getting a bit too close to the wall there. That corner we actually got all right, mounting the curb. Closed on Sainz a bit, and then we just slow it all down. It's almost like this section, you almost need it to continue like that high speed, you know? The last two corners coming up like this kind of ruin the flow. If it continued a bit more like it does in Jeddah, for example, I think that would be a great ending section. Is again, we're going to abuse this turn one, get the elbow out, and make the move. All right, our teammate is holding up the Ferrari, and we've gained a lot there on the entry, but then lost it a bit on the exit. Come on, come on. They're constantly chasing the front of that corner. The Ferrari's going to go for a move on the Renault. Ahead, Ocon. We need to try and pass him, catch him sleeping maybe. DRS open, gaining. Is it enough to make a move, though? We're quite far back. No, I'm not going to make the move, but I am going to close right up. We are in the fight with Ferrari. Can we get on power? Oh, get that exit. No, Leclerc's got us there. All right, I took that corner much better. It's probably the best I've taken that. Oh, nice. Okay, no, I'm a bit off center now. Oh, see, it's just so dissatisfying. It needs to carry on. That straight that's there, the runoff area, that needs to be the actual track. Turn one is not the reason why I'm making the move. It's the last corner. I'm actually doing really well on the exit to get the AI off that last corner. It's giving me Las Vegas vibes, not with how close the wall is on the left, but the wall on the right, the way it closes with the racing line. It reminds me of the last corner at Vegas onto the straight where you see the wall the entire time coming at you, but for some reason, because you're going so quick onto the racing line, the wall comes at you so much quicker than you can ever anticipate. That was always a corner I remember in my team that you could really cook the AI at through that right-hander, but then this left there just leave you for dust. Just like that, Ocon gets me. We're down to single digits of ERS. We're going to have DRS, though, on him. It's the second last lap. I fancy one more overtake here on Ocon, and maybe on the last lap, maybe Sebastian Vettel. If we can close up in the high-speed section, we're going to have to go for a dive bomb, though, on Ocon. He goes defensive. We go late on the brace, get the elbow out. It does open up for us, but at the same time, I still go off-circuit a little bit. Moves the move. We got it done. I don't know if we're going to catch Vettel. Vettel's broken our DRS. I mean, P6 from where we were at the start of the race, I think is pretty damn good. I may have a problem of Ocon actually trying to re-overtake me. We've got a 3% battery. Oh, Lord. Oh, it's like F1 24 all over again. No battery. No way to defend. Ocon comes back through and repasses us. Can we go on the outside? Oh, my God. He shut the door on us. Bloody hell, man. That could have been really bad. You can see if this track was still going on in the F1 games, at least for career mode, it'd be absolutely chaos. The AI would be on you in corners like that. And then in real life, I just cannot imagine the amount of cataclysmic collisions that may be occurring in this circuit, especially in the first year when it's like dusty, you know, that new circuit sort of vibe is now. I'm getting absolutely cooked by the McLaren as well behind me. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Sainz has done me. What has gone on there? Lewis Hamilton has ended up winning this thing. No surprise in 2020 with the all-conquering Mercedes. But that was, you know, despite the little bit of bottle drop at the end there, that was a lot of fun. This circuit would have been, I think, a bit of fun if it had come into fruition. But alas, it is non-existent, and this is, well, this, or if you play it yourself, is the most you're ever going to get, as close as you're going to get to Hanoi being a real thing. Guys, if you have enjoyed the video, then be sure to hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.